Welcome back. Some of us think that good sleep is a luxury, but experts say it's more of a necessity. So Dr. Quinn joins us to talk about how we can catch up on some much needed rest and, of course, to make that rest really count. Good morning, Dr. Quinn.
Good morning.
So why is sleep so important? It seems like a basic question, but so many of us need to get back to very good sleep.
Right. Today, we're going to cover why sleep is so important, not only physically, but also mentally. And there's so many advantages to a good night's sleep.
I love that. So what is stopping us from, just getting that good sleep that we so desperately need?
Well, the first thing I want to hit on is something that I discuss with all of my patients called sleep hygiene. I ask them to consider not taking in any caffeinated beverages at least 6 hours before they go to bed, and have a cool down period where at least 1 hour before you attempt to go to sleep, you try to do as little as possible, like maybe read a book or watch some reruns of Sanford and Son, just something you don't have to think. And don't be like my dad where you watch the buzzer winner NBA final game right before you go to sleep, and you're up all night thinking about Steph Curry or LeBron James or whoever's the big star now. And also, lastly, you want to sleep in a cool, dark room with no interruption for at least 7 to 9 hours, which is the recommended time for sleep. And the reason for this is if it's cool, the science has shown that you can sleep better, you can get to sleep better, you can stay asleep. But if it's dark, that helps with your what's called circadian rhythms, where you release the natural serotonin. And also if it's uninterrupted, you won't wake up, because you want to go through the different stages of sleep. There's stage 1, there's stage 2, and then there's stage 3, which could be 90 minutes or more depending on the person. And then you get into what's called the REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, where the muscles behind your eyes are moving very quickly, but also your heart so you can stay alive, and your diaphragm so you can breathe. But the muscles in your arms and legs are pretty much suspended. They're not moving. And this is the quality sleep. This is where your body releases a lot of hormones into your bloodstream, along with neurochemicals into your brain that replenishes your brain and lets your brain rest. So the next day you'll be very relaxed and able to concentrate. And it also increases your immune system, and it decreases your blood pressure and decreases your blood glucose, and it makes you healthier and more focused and just less anxiety and happier.
Wow. So there is so many things that goes into benefits from our sleep. It's not just feeling rested, but you mentioned things like our blood pressure and our anxiety and just feeling focused and able to concentrate throughout the day. So you kind of touched on this when you said things about uninterrupted sleep. Why is it not as good as, we say, well, I took a nap for 5 hours, for 4 hours, so I'm just going to sleep for 3 hours tonight, and just nap throughout the day?
The deal is, like I said, you want to go through those different stages that could take 90 minutes to get to that REM stage. And if you interrupt it, you have to start all over again with stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. And this is something that cannot be avoided by our ladies that have a newborn child, or the good husbands as I was when my daughter was born, because my ex-wife was an equal opportunist. So if the lady cried, she would kick me, and I'd get up and I'd go do my duties. But I was tired the next day.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you about a study that's been going on for over a decade, and it involves 70 countries, 1.6 billion people. And they're looking at what's called daylight savings time the day after. They look at the fall when we gain an hour of sleep, and overwhelmingly, emergency rooms all over the countries, the 70 countries that report, have the data that shows that less people come in with cardiovascular events, less exacerbations of chronic medical conditions, and less suicidal attempts, meaning less anxiety and depression. But when you compare that to the spring, when we lose an hour of sleep, those numbers go up drastically.
Wow.
As far as coming in just 1 hour, 60 minutes makes a huge difference in your physical, not only your physical, but also your mental health. And then lastly, they look at reports from accidents. the day that people gain an extra hour of sleep, there's drastically less accidents. People are more concentrated because they're not tired. But in the spring, when people lose that hour, those accidents go up drastically. And this is consistent across all 7 countries, 1.6 billion people.